All right, hi everyone. Well, I'm really thrilled, honored to be here to speak with all of you. It doesn't feel like it's been 23 years since I've been here, but you know, it's amazing to kind of be back with everyone. And I think that as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, there were principles for me that were super important about working with in the speech group, but so many others that have come up today that I just totally forgotten about, like the reasonable person principle and 24/7 kind of commitment on the team, and also sort of the variability of humans as users of these systems. But I came to speech, I'll tell that briefly, I came to the speech group as an undergrad programmer hired by Alex. Before I come into CMU, I would spend a lot of time at Rutgers. My dad was a professor in chemical engineering, had a computer lab, and so I'd spend a ton of time in the lab. And when I would tell people, I'm coming to CMU, you have to go to the speech group. They do the best work, really exciting, interesting work. So reached out to Alex and came on board. So for me, the importance of my experience in the speech group, it really comes back to working on hard problems, solving, trying to solve really significant challenges. Another is the culture of the team and how we all work together to solve these problems and challenge each other to do incredible work. And lastly, being sort of motivated by a set of values. And I think those three things have really resonated for me in my career. So in the speech group as a programmer, I was working on Communicator, trying to build dialogue systems that would serve a purpose for a human, sometimes a complex person. Seeing that recording brought back some memories, but maybe I remember it not quite as bad as that, but it was definitely a hard challenge. And I think that doing that work early in my career really set a context that was very important through my journey. And so in '99, I made a switch. I went to Nuance Communications at that point. My goal was to go and make speech systems more accessible, more mainstream, more usable. This is, in '99, and so our experience was limited to the kinds of systems that you'd see. And of course, I had my requisite Raj story. We're meeting with him in his office, and he said, "Well, Paul, you can do anything you want to do. You can do anything in the world. You can climb Everest if you wanted to." And I still am not sure if he meant figuratively or literally. But really, that was what I wanted to do, was to go and make speech more usable. So at Nuance, I worked on Voyager, which is our voice XML platform. I worked on IDEs for building and improving voice systems. I think one of the most interesting things that I was exposed to was dialogue design and the importance of having designers really building these systems, crafting the design, and coming at it from that point of view. And even to the point of sitting with the voice talent and seeing a good designer coach voice talent, and the quality of those prompts had a significant impact on the success rates in those applications. So that was really, I'm very thrilled to see that work kind of continue in all kinds of places in the industry today. But in 2004, I made a switch. I went to Salesforce. I remember I was talking to Alex, sort of thinking about, do I continue in speech or do I do something different? I think Alex said something along the lines of, it's good to surround yourself with people with shared values. And Scott Hansma, who was in the speech group as well as an undergrad, was at Salesforce, and he pulled me in and recruited me there. And the values at Salesforce really resonated with me. Trust has always been our #1 value. When the company was started and when I joined in 2004, the cloud was not a thing. Software as a service was not something that was widely accepted. So really leading with trust, in what we build and how we deliver it to our customers has been essential, I think, for the success of the company and for me in my career. These days, I'm working on high scale, high availability systems, transactional services, search, big data analytics. And it's really a great opportunity to be able to provide these technologies that enable Salesforce to build and deploy products to companies and entities around the world. But Salesforce has always been about trust. We're also about giving back. So a few things on that front. So I'm the exec sponsor for Cesar Chavez Elementary School in San Francisco. Salesforce has a commitment to public school education in the Bay Area, but also nationwide and worldwide. It's one of the UN Sustainable Development Goals for which Salesforce is committed to, as well as starting another thing that Salesforce has done is start the 1 trillion tree initiative, which is the goal to plant 1 trillion trees by 2030 in order to sequester 200 gigatons of carbon from the atmosphere, which is one of the greatest challenges that we face on the planet today. But over the journey, I would say AI, open source has also been an important theme for us. So one thing I'm proud of is the collaboration our engineering team has done with our research team. We've open sourced Reliant, which is a time series machine learning library, both for use in production systems as we do in running our system, as well as for research with benchmarking and evaluation frameworks built in, as well as Lavis, which is a language and vision library that we've open sourced that does common tasks like image question answering or feature extraction, things like that. So in summary, I see Alex is giving me the eye. So in summary, it's really that foundation for me of working on hard problems, challenging the people you work with to always push them to do incredible work, and then having a set of shared values. I think that's at the basis of kind of what impact the Speech Lab has had in my